Forecast. Oh, it doesn't look bad for this week, Darren.
No, it doesn't. Next couple of days anyway, like Monday and Tuesday, fantastic. Maybe even a degree or two warmer than you were today. Some of us will be low 80s. City will be mid 70s. We looked at that at the top of the newscast. You'll see it again coming up towards the end of this discussion if there's time, because we have other things to talk about, like the end of the weekend, next weekend. Come on up here to the Gulf of Alaska with me. So if you look out that way, you see the storms beautifully set up. Let's put the rain in that. Watch the first two storms totally miss us. We're not worried about this until we get towards about, say, Friday night. And I shouldn't say worried. We're just forecasting the possibility for rain. That's all this is. And there's the start of it. This does not look like a blockbuster storm. But if you look at it there, see that little streamer coming right in? Look at the timestamp. Friday night at 5. That's the start. But look back behind it. Look at the rest of the Pacific, actually, on the view. There's a lot more rain out there. It's the rain still out here to go where things will get interesting for the weekend. And in order to see that with a little more clarity, slow it down, get some detail, let's bring in the high-resolution models where we can go through this lockstep in time and see what the latest thinking is on the two long-range models. The first one we'll look at here is probably the better one to look at from the standpoint of just trying to visualize how the rain is likely going to come through. And here's that start. This is what we were looking at on the virtual map where you saw that line come through. It's a weak cold front likely that'll bring some light showers at this point, Friday night. That's the timing on it. And then we'll play that through, and here we are going into very early Saturday morning, and it's clearing the South Bay. So you'll see the totals on that aren't super big. This is maybe like a tenth or 2/10 of an inch of rain at this point. Now, late Saturday into Sunday, the more impressive stuff shows up right there. Now, this has a little bit more of a tap of moisture coming in, primarily to the North Bay, late Saturday into Sunday. I'll advance this again, and you'll see by Sunday morning it's still going across the South Bay. Now, a couple of ways to couch this discussion. Right now, it is Sunday evening. We're looking at a forecast all the way ahead to next Sunday morning. It's too far out to go to the bank on both timing and amounts for rain. But for the last 2 days, we've been able to look at the long-range forecast models, and there's been fairly good consistency on the notion that we're going to be seeing some rain in this time frame. So it is worth looking at this now, with the caveat that the details are likely going to adjust a bit as we get closer to this. So if you've got real important things you are trying to plan around for rain for the Friday through Sunday time frame next weekend, just stay with us, and we're going to keep you updated on the latest models as they come in, and we'll go through this day by day, time it all out. Let's see how it looks for rainfall totals, and you'll see why I'm saying this is not a blockbuster storm for us. I think this will be good rain to our north, like Eureka and into Oregon. The storm appears to be really centered on them. But we get the southern branch of it, and two different forecast models to look at. Here's the American model. That says we'll get about 3/10 of an inch of rain, generally for San Francisco. There's a wide margin here because you can see 9/10 showing up in Ukiah. Let's look at the other model now. This is the European model, and this is the one that tends to be perhaps a little more reliable at this point. Like if you're going to look at a system several days out, typically this is the model that does better. And this one says we'll get a little more, but we're looking at both because you really have to do that going out 6 days. About 7/10 of an inch rain. All right, it's more. Still not a major blockbuster storm for us, but some rain coming our way. So we're going to leave that discussion there for now. You still have a couple of days to get through here over the next 3 days, and they're going to look and feel a lot like this. I showed you the daytime highs for the Bay at the top of the newscast. You're going to be in the low 80s inland, and this one stands out. San Francisco in the mid to upper 70s tomorrow and Tuesday. All right, if that's one city by the Bay, let's get down and check out Monterey Bay and get your numbers on here as well and see what that's going to look like. You'll see your temperatures are also falling in line with this. Your highs from Monterey inland to Salinas, over to Watsonville, and over to Santa Cruz line up pretty much with exactly what we were just seeing here. Here's 7-day forecast for the inland microclimate. Boy, it's beautiful the next 2 days. Wednesday is 10 degrees cooler than that. You're going to get a noticeable drop on Wednesday. An entirely separate weak little cold front comes through. It doesn't give us rain. It just cools us down. And then there's that rain showing up there as we get into Friday and Saturday. And we'll round out this discussion by showing you the 7-day forecast for the Bay. The numbers are a little lower, but the timing on the rain at this point is similar. All right, guys, back to you.